The Bachelor and the Bachelor game.
Direct to you via the miracle of the World Wide Web, where New Year, New Me has gone straight out the window. It's time for the hot new comedy show sweeping the nation, The Suggestion Box. Starring Danny Roque, Denny Siegel, Tom Carosa, Jane Brucker, Dylan White, Karen Bond. And now, your host, Lady Gaga's national anthem backup vocalist, Paul Carganilla.
Night, broadcasting live from a different location. I am holed up in a hotel room this evening as I received my positive COVID test earlier this week and keeping the family safe. Thank you everybody for joining us, and I'm so happy that we're still able to be in all of the households that we are in right now safely, because you don't actually want me in your household right now, but we're just thrilled to be with you. I have a different setup, so some of the things that I'm used to seeing and ways that I'm used to seeing them are going to be different. I'm going to struggle a bit tonight, but it looks like we're in about 27 households right now across the nation safely. So if you are watching, please, we invite you to invite all of your friends to join us as well, as we are live for the next hour. It's a full hour of improv comedy with the Vaudacity improv players. And hey, the more the merrier. Here in the YouTube chat, we're here live, and we need your help throughout the show, as it is an improv show. We're going to ask for your suggestions, so hop on into the YouTube chat here. Make sure you like the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do that too. And of course, any contributions to the show, any support, while the streaming is free, the cast and crew, of course, appreciate anything you can toss into the tip jar on the Venmos or PayPal at Online Variety Show, or in the super chat right here on the Googles. And with that, we'll get started with our warm-up game. This week, for the warm-up, we're going to play a game called Questions Only. I'm going to invite everybody in for this one. That's Danny Roque, Dylan White, Karen Bond, Denny Siegel, Tom Carosa, and Jane Brucker. Now, the point of this game is we're going to have scenes of dialogue, and we can only ask questions. What we need from you at home is an era of time. Tell us a time period, some sort of era of time, and we're gonna perform these scenes in that era, and in only the form of questions.
Which is kind of the, from Second City training, we're told not to ask questions. So this is a good logical exercise, in improv. The improv.
Tom, for those of us who don't know, what is a Second City? Where's that?
So the Second City is a very famous improv school that started in Chicago. They've had various
in 1960
branches throughout. Are you aware? Do you remember the show SCTV?
They were from
with
Canada.
Eugene Levy.
Or the show.
Still, they were Second City TV.
You heard that one?
The one in Chicago was Nichols and May and people like that. It started in 1960 by Viola Spolin. We'll talk about it after the show.
Well, I wanted to just inform and educate people about what Second City was. I wasn't trying to insult anybody.
Paul, improvisers find it very offensive when you don't know our personal history.
I wasn't trying to offend anybody. I wanted you guys to explain it on the air.
Triggered.
Where do babies come from?
What Jamie Carganello must put up with on a day-to-day basis. That's all I'm saying.
Me trying to educate people? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, basically, Paul has 2 kids, Jamie has 3.
Leave the Mandalorians going.
I love it. Okay. All right.
We would have thought it was your first question.
What I've got here, the first suggestion I see from Amy, our friend Amy, who loves pineapple on pizza. It's the Roaring 20s. The Roaring 20s is the era, and looks like first it's myself and Danny Roque. So here we go. You know where the bar is?
Is that the one where the flappers hang out?
Do you know where it is? We get buzzed out when we repeat
Remember,
a
a quick
question.
pace too. We're being tough tonight.
Yep. Danny and Dylan.
Don't you know you're supposed to be closed?
Nope, I blew it. Go ahead. I blew it before you.
Dylan
Does that count? Because he was all, I don't know if that was just on my end or on yours, because he was all like cutting out.
He said I blew it, so we buzzed.
Oh, okay, fine.
Dylan and Tom.
I did.
Hey, you know where I could cash this check for $1 million?
Where did you get $1 million?
Don't you invest in the market?
Don't you think that's a little bit dangerous?
Don't you think everybody's invested in the market when it pays off like this?
There's this newspaper here. Have you read it?
No!
Tom and
There's a
Jane.
semicolon in the middle of that.
Tom and Jane.
I'm out. It's
Oh,
Dylan.
I'm sorry. Dylan.
Are we buzzing me out or are we buzzing Tom out?
I was
Me,
buzzing
I-
Dylan out.
I was buzzing Dylan out too.
I said no. I said no.
You know,
Maybe both
Tom, you
maybe
got a
both
life raft.
Tom and
You
I
and
are
Jane.
out.
All right, Jane
What's
and Denny, go.
Have you done the Charleston yet?
Haven't you seen me trying to ring in one of them men in the silk top hats?
Don't you know I have dibs on that guy?
You know Barles Barkley, the richest man in New York City?
Don't you bet?
Denny, Karen.
You like my silk top hat?
Did Mr. Barkley ever wear anything other than a silk top hat?
Do you know how to cut a cigar tip?
Do I have to use scissors or can I use my knees?
Knees, please!
Have you ever done burlesque before?
Have you ever seen a woman sign 2 checks simultaneously without using her hands?
Are these tassels too much?
Are you one of those boys that dresses like a girl, but when it comes down to it, he'll be a boy or a girl between the sheets?
You think I look like a boy?
Yes, you're hot!
Does my short haircut make me look like a boy?
That was Paul and Danny. Give him another chance. That's you, Danny.
Are you guys looking for an accountant?
Does it look like I need an accountant?
Are those tassels up for grabs?
Do you think short hair will become a new rage?
Tell me, what makes Gatsby so great?
Is martinis?
Hey there, you like my new raccoon coat?
Can I borrow it?
No!
Do you think this economy is ever gonna tank?
Why would it possibly tank?
Got any hooch?
Too short.
Do you know the way to Mr. Gatsby's party?
As in Ziegfeld?
Isn't Gatsby already his last name?
Oh my god.
You want to help me tunnel out of Alcatraz?
This is a long way from the Gatsbys.
And that game was questions only. Give it up for Karen Bond. She's the winner. She scores all of the points that we are not keeping track of. Congrats, Karen. That's questions only. Let's give it up for Danny, Dylan, Karen, Denny, Tom, and Jane. Our next game is Big, Bigger, Biggest. That is the name of the game. And it will be played by Karen and Dylan tonight. The point of this game is they're going to play out a scene. And it's going to be pretty big. And then it's going to get bigger. And then it's going to be the biggest it could possibly be. What we need from you guys in the audience is an object. Give me any kind of object, a noun, just something that you could just hold in your hands. Or, I don't know. How do you describe an object?
A thing. It's a thing. It's
yeah,
a thing.
Right? I said that.
We also get very offended when you try to define what an object is. Paul, please.
Do these
You
look
know what?
good
We
on
gotta-
me, though?
We got to call break. He's got COVID brain.
Oh.
We have a very
that a thing?
saucy interpretation of the 1920s as well.
Yeah. Oh, wow. All right, so let me look at the chat here. The first thing I've got from the official E is a fossil. A fossil. The fossil is the thing, and we're going to see the scene. It's going to be pretty big. It's Dylan and Karen in Big, Bigger, Biggest.
I've been able to extract the DNA from this raptor fossil. If we can add it to, I don't know, a frog, maybe we can replicate dinosaurs.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. I have a frog right here.
Justin, this is the one time that it's convenient, but can I just say in general, I don't approve of you carrying frogs around. It's embarrassing.
Look, we only have a little bit of time left before our funding runs out, and I didn't want to waste time chasing after frogs.
Okay,
so
just in case.
Either do the injection in the frog or don't.
All right, give it to me.
Here, take the frog.
Okay. Thank you, and got it. Get that DNA out. Sorry, Mr. Toad. And
Oh, look. It's a little baby raptor.
Oh, he's so cute.
He's so cute.
Brilliant, brilliant. That was the scene in its bigness. Let's see it bigger. Same scene, but bigger.
Are the full skeletal remains of a raptor colony.
Fantastic.
If we can just get some major DNA in here, then maybe we'll be able to repopulate the Earth.
Well, here, it's been raining frogs like the plague, and I've collected about 100 of them. So use this giant needle and extract that DNA and feed it to the frogs.
Okay, can I just say that, just aside from the scientist work, I don't approve of you carrying giant needles around. It's indicative of a larger problem personally, okay?
Our funding runs out at midnight. Are you going to make dinosaurs or not?
Okay, yeah, I'll make a dinosaur! Okay, and Scoom! All of the raptors are alive.
I love it. They're so cute. Run!
Clever girl!
That was the big scene, even bigger. Can we see that scene the biggest it can possibly be?
Koosh! I've landed us onto Jurassic World. There's one of each type of dinosaur, mostly the meat-eating ones that are ready to be just flipped on with some new DNA.
Well, that won't be dangerous at all. I have brought the entire reptilian house from the San Diego Zoo. Let's crossbreed all of them using these giant electrodes.
Can I just say personally,
Sure.
I know that your bedroom life is none of my business, but when you bring your giant electrodes to work, it's indicative of a larger problem. Anyway, let's do it!
Anyway, let's do it because the volcano is going to explode at any moment.
Oh yeah, and only the dinosaurs can stop the volcano.
That's right.
You do.
Wait, What have you done? You're turning me into a dinosaur!
There's dinosaurs, and I'm also a dinosaur.
But I'm so cute.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is big, bigger, biggest. Give it up for Dylan and Karen. Brilliant. If anybody needs a blueprint of how that game should be played, that was it. Thank you for the tutelage, brilliance of Karen, Bond, and Dylan White. All right, our next game is the dating game. This is a game where somebody's a lucky bachelor or bachelorette and is going to be on the dating show, a traditional dating show, and have to pick a match. But in the process, guess what their quirks are. And it looks like for this game, I'm going to be the bachelor. I'm going to be the lucky bachelor.
So you have to kind of have to.
I have to go away.
Yes.
So what you guys need to get are 3 quirks for the bachelorettes, and then we'll come back.
Maybe we'll ask you.
I will text Paul.
I'll sit over there on my bed, and I'll wait for you to wave me back. How's that?
All right, that's great.
Oh, there you go.
How did he get colors in a hotel room? Doesn't that kind of kill you? Anyway, we're going to do the Bachelor game, and Paul's going to be the Bachelor with these 3 fine babes. He's going to have quite a pick. Let's find out what their quirks are for Bachelorette number 1. We need some quirks in the suggestion box. That's what we are.
Okay. Well, let's see. We have 1 quirk from Christina, and let's go ahead with Bachelorette number 1 is having buck teeth.
Okay. Okay, quirks. That's a very good quirk. I think if you look up quirk in the dictionary, you might find that. All right, for Bachelorette number 2, Jane.
Bachelorette number 2, the official E suggests obsessed with Whitney Houston.
True. I don't have to stretch for that one.
Ooh, wow, that's kismet. Okay. And for luscious Bachelorette number 3, Dainty Seagull. Can we get a
For
quirk?
Ms. Dainty Seagull. She is going through a midlife crisis.
Ooh.
Who spied on me?
Well, at least it's not a midwife crisis. Okay, let's bring on.
We don't know.
Okay, so let's bring on Paul. Bring on Paul for the Bachelor game. Oh, here he comes. Oh, wow.
So glad I put on pants tonight.
Yes, and so are we. Well, welcome to the Bachelor game.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
You, as usual, we have 3 delightful possibilities for you tonight. But first, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, hi there. My name is Peter. I love computers. In my spare time, I've been making my own cotton candy machines at home.
Great,
And the biggest thrill of my life is roller coasters. I love roller coasters and cotton candy. I'm like a thrill seeker. It's crazy.
Okay. Peter into computers makes you competer, doesn't it? Okay. All right. Well, Peter, I imagine you have some questions for our luscious possibilities. Why don't we start? Go ahead.
Luscious. That sounds good. All right. Bachelorette number 1. When you are at the store picking fruit to take home, what is the most important test for you to find the correct fruit?
I think when I'm thinking about fruit, I think I want something that's not too fibrous. I want something, like a strawberry can get stuck, so I just want something juicy and delicious. Like me and my butt.
Oh, wow.
I forgot I need to try to make it kind of enticing too. My butt's great.
Well, all right. Go ahead, Peter. Move right along. Why don't you?
Delicious, right? All right. Bachelorette number 2. Same question?
Sorry.
Same question. When you're picking fruit at the store, what do you base your decision off of?
Fruit is mute. There's been a lot of insinuation about fruit in my life that I like something juicy and sweet as opposed to a banana.
Well, go ahead, Peter. Run with it. Move on, I would say.
To run?
Yeah, no, I mean, move on. I'm just.
Oh, okay. I love seeking thrills. It seems like that's what we're doing tonight. Bachelorette number 3. Same question.
What was the question?
I'm sorry. So when you're picking fruit at the grocery store, what do you judge the fruit by?
Oh, I see. You take one look at me and you assume that I'm the one that does all the shopping and the cooking and the menial labor because I'm just, I'm too dried up, right? I'm just, I'm sort of like a domestic mule. What else am I good for at this point? I just want to say something. Fruit, a lot of people, I've heard the word juicy a lot. And sure, it's great to have juicy fruit that's able to drop its seed and make other fruit. But I'd like to say something for the fruit that's a little bit past its prime, but still edible. You know what I mean? Like a banana for banana bread, right? Listen, you're distracting me, sir. Does I have something to say here? I think that a banana that's a little bit mushy, a little bit past its prime, it's a lot easier for banana bread. It's a lot easier to go into yogurt. And I think, an apple maybe isn't so crisp. That's a good apple for a slightly older person who, doesn't maybe have great dental insurance. So let's not just focus on the juiciest fruit. Let us embrace fruit that is just a tad older, but still extremely, extremely purchasable.
Okay, Peter. You can make a choice or ask other people questions.
Yeah. So how do you, Bachelorette number 1? Let's just go in order. When you're at a theme park or somewhere where you like to have fun, what are your favorite kinds of rides?
Oh, I like rides that don't go up and down so much with the handlebar. The ones where you go, and then you go forward real quick. Ow! I gotta watch out for those.
Okay,
Yeah,
Peter. Peter.
Bachelor number 2, same question.
I forgot your question.
So if you're at a theme park or some sort of place where you like to have fun, what are your favorite kinds of rides?
Oh, Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland, definitely. That's where I'm going. It's the future.
Peter, if we dare, number 3.
Bachelor number 3, same question.
Well, I just want to say that, sure, there was a time when I would go and get flung around and get a churro, but aren't theme parks also full of slightly more sedate but still whimsical shows? The kind of thing where you might sit down in the air conditioning and take in a good show for 45 minutes. I mean, by the time you get there, get your seat and wait, and then by the time it's over, it's really an hour 15, and then you got to pee again. I don't think that everyone has to want to get on a ride, and I don't think you have to have a churro. Can't you find the one place that might have a vegetable kebab or corn? You can have just as good a time. I don't know why everyone's obsessed with hurling your body around and not getting vertigo.
Yeah. Peter, that's your questioning time. What can I say? I want to know what you think about our 3 juicy contestants today. If you've surmised anything at all.
If that's all I get, I guess that's all I get.
If you have one more, I'm here. I'm ready.
All right, if you want to do a lightning round. You want to do a lightning round, Peter?
Sure, real quick.
All right, lightning round. Here we go, kids.
Real quick answers. What's your favorite flavor cotton candy? Go. Number 1.
I don't know. I get stuck, so I gotta go to the dentist. I also forgot to mention I've got a nice butt.
Bachelor number 2.
Oh, I do love the powdered sugar, but I'm so glad you got another crack, because crack is whack.
Number 3.
Well, before the type 2 diabetes, I always just like the original. I know there's new crazy flavors like rainbow and all of these things, but you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes new is not always better. It's better to just stick with the original. It's a classic.
Okay, great.
That's
Thank you
lightning.
so much.
That's lightning round. Okay, Peter, it's time.
All right.
What do you think about each of them singly?
Feel like I would need a bodyguard if I dated number 2.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let Miss Houston go.
Oh, that would be
Thank you. Thank you for being here. And while number 3 feels like she would be a real great conversationalist, I don't think I want to go on a date with my grandmother-in-law.
Grandmother, how old do you think I am? I'm barely in my 40s, nearing 50. Did you think I'm having a meltdown? Is that what you would call this condition?
She's having hot flashes.
I'm gonna go buy a
going through
Lamborghini. I'm gonna get a Lamborghini.
Midlife crisis.
Yeah. Keep it.
Wow, you're young. You're very old to be in your midlife crisis. And so I guess that means I found love with number 1, who has no teeth.
Close.
Or is wearing dentures. Dentures plus teeth.
Oh, look how big they are.
He has huge teeth.
It's still
I went the
fun.
wrong way. I went the wrong way with that.
But
Well, yeah, that's why I picked you.
You know, if
So
I gave
here
you
we go.
$1, you might give it back to me and call it something else. If I gave you, here's $1, Peter, give it back to me and call it something else. Here's
100 cents.
no, try again. Here's
buck.
$1.
Buck
Yeah.
teeth. She has
Yeah.
giant buck teeth.
Well, I'm sure you two are going to be very happy together. Thanks for playing.
Yep. I like the butt. I like
the
the butt.
Bachelor game. Let's all give a big Bachelor game kiss. Come on, we're all giving a big kiss.
Wow. I found love tonight. Let's give it up for Karen, Tom, Denny, and Jane.
I'm gonna go find love on our time.
Okay. And our next game is Playwrights. The next game is called Playwrights. This is one we started last week. And Jane and Tom are going to play. The way this game works, it's so much fun, is we ask you guys, the audience, for what are we doing? Left or right hand? Jane's got two plays, a play in each hand. She's going to pick one. Hold them up. Left or right hand for Jane? Left or right hand? Let us know. She's going to read from that play. And then I see Craig has already asked for in the chat. If you're not in the YouTube chat, you need to get in the YouTube chat for a page number that she's going to start on. Melanie from Simi Valley says left hand. Left hand for that's going to be the play. And then the Diana was the first one in with page 10. We're starting at the beginning, page 10. And that play. So Jane's going to read the dialogue from the play. Tom is going to be her scene partner, but he has no idea what the play is and what the scene's about. He's going to improvise all of his lines, and she's going to read them straight from her script from page 10. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Playwrights.
Shh. Listen. I was going to be a nurse, so I know. You're hurt. You just took a good shot right to the head, and that's serious.
No, I get shot in the head a lot. I don't know what happens. This is like the 5th time. I'm used to it.
What is...
Oh, yeah. My chin falls off a lot, too. I just snap it back in place. Ah, there you go. Okay.
Well, you can be hurt and not bleeding or bruised.
You know what? I'm hurt just that somebody would do this to me. I'm not physically hurt. I'm emotionally a little bruised.
Oh, what the hell was that?
I have these very large lice. They just fly off me sometimes. I know they weigh about 6 pounds each, right? I'm sorry. I should have warned you. I don't know where they really are the rest of the time. They're here somewhere.
Why did you do that? God.
Well, it's a very good question. I saw the bank robbery happening, and there was an old lady there with a walker, and she was right in the way. So I plowed right through, and then blam, got shot in the head. But I got, at least I got her out of the way.
Uh, well, I have a list of things that can hurt you. I mean, my brother Paul is helping me make it, and ironing boards aren't on it.
Who told you about the ironing board? I thought nobody knew about the ironing board.
Well, if someone swings it at your head and wallops you with it, yes.
All right, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know you were a nurse. You're not wearing a nurse's outfit. You look like kind of a hot babe with, kind of intellectual maybe. But I'm sorry. I was just, it wasn't myself. I was shot in the head.
Well, they shouldn't be, really.
They shouldn't be?
Well, ironing boards can hurt me, but I shouldn't be afraid of them. But God, my brother Paul says God won't hurt me, but I should fear him.
Oh, I don't fear God. Oh, no, look, God has saved my life more than these 5 times. Let me tell you, God's a very good friend of mine. I don't fear my friends except for the ones that shoot me in the head, get me in trouble. No, don't.
Boy,
don't
this
fear.
is getting very complicated.
It's not meant to be. It's just, I feel a connection with you. I know we don't really know each other very well, and you're trying to help me, and I'm trying to help you back. That's all.
Congenital analgesia. Analgesia.
Yeah, I love her early films, in the 60s. She really, when she started, yeah, she's a great actress.
No, okay, you don't have to. Most people don't. Hit me. Most people just go away. You can go away too.
Well, I'm better now. They signed the release papers. I could walk right out of the hospital if I wanted to. I'm fine.
I had to see, but are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, is there any blood?
There's no more blood. There's some swelling. That's typical too. I swell in different places at different times when I'm around interesting people.
Well, trust me, there are things that hurt you, that make you bruised and bloody, and there are things that hurt you that don't make you bruised and bloody, and they all hurt.
Do you hurt?
Yeah, we saw you move in.
The famous last words of the neighbor.
What play was it?
Almost Maine.
By whom? Who wrote it?
What's his face? John Cariani.
Oh.
It didn't do well. It didn't do well off Broadway, but it kills in high schools.
And on the suggestion box with the Vaudacity Improv players, I think.
Yes, and give it up for Tom and Jane. That was so good. Improvisational brilliance right there. Wow, so much fun. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Jane. Next up, let's take a real quick dip into what's coming up in the future of the Vaudacity Network this week. Starting just tomorrow, which is Saturday. Saturday night, of course, is Polly's Online Variety Show every Saturday night right here on the network. Tomorrow night, we are doing the music from Grease. That's right, we've got live improv comedy, lots of music from the 50s, including selections. Most of the selections from the musical Grease. So don't miss this. I know a lot of you out there have been really excited about Grease Night, and it is here tomorrow night. So that starts at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, so join us for that. Sunday, we're going to have my second attempt at a solo show. I tried one last night with In the Cove, where I played some of the songs I've played on Polly's Online Variety shows throughout the months. I played some new ones. Tomorrow night, I've got like a whole list of new songs. Sunday night, I've got a whole list of new songs to share with you guys. It was so much fun last night, just hanging out in the chat and talking to you guys. I was super nervous, but it was a really good time, and I hope you'll join us at 7 p.m. on Sunday for In the Cove Part 2, straight to you from my little COVID cove right here. And of course, Tuesday night with the Your Creative Journey podcast with Kevin Gregg and myself. We've got a special guest, and we'd love to introduce you all to. I'll tell you a lot more about that tomorrow. But then, of course, Thursday is Hunter's Lovecast from 6 to 7, 7:15, maybe 7:30. Hunter Ackerman, straight from his cabin in Big Bear. It looks a lot different than it does right there in that picture. But he's got a lot of snow up there. And of course, next Friday night, we'll be right back here with the suggestion box. Next Friday is when I get to leave this place. I checked in on Monday, and Friday I get to leave. So hooray for doing our part and keeping everybody safe and technology and being able to be here with you guys while we do it. I believe Karen said in the text or the chat or something earlier that I'm like a hero, right? So I'll take it. I'll take that. I'll be a hero for just sitting here doing nothing. I'll take that. Okay, next up, our game is going to be called Headlines. This is the first time we've played Headlines here on the suggestion box. And playing this game, Karen's going to host it. Tom, myself, Jane, Dylan, Karen, and Denny, we're all going to play. Now, the way this works, I'm actually going to let Karen explain the game because she brought it to the group and she can do it better than anybody else. Karen, what is this game? What is it?
I'll give Tom the credit for bringing it to the group.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry, Tom.
You know, sometimes you just grab a steering wheel and you just take it. So now
Jesus
it's my
does
game.
That. Jesus does that a lot.
I just said, Karen, take the wheel, you know?
Yeah.
So in this game, we're going to get a crazy headline, a real headline from the real news. I've gone ahead and scoured the internet for the best weird headlines. So what I need from you guys right now is just a number 1 through 3, because I've got the 3 best in all of the whole world just waiting.
And we don't know them. Only Karen knows them.
I only know them. I didn't tell nobody. And then we're going to see, after you guys tell me which headline it's going to be, I'll read it out loud. We'll see 3 different interpretations of scenes that would have that headline. So, Craig, do we have a number 1 through 3 yet?
Of course we do.
Oh, good. We just have to quit.
Yes, and we're going to go straight to the middle. Thank you to Official E, the number 2.
Oh, okay, the number 2. Okay. So the first people doing the scene are going to be, I believe, Paul and Tom. Is that correct? Okay. But this headline is for everybody, so listen up, chaps. The headline number 2 is House for Sale has terrifying surprise in the wine cellar. House for Sale has terrifying surprise in the wine cellar. Let's see the first interpretation of that headline.
Come with me downstairs, won't you, sir? You'll want to see what's down there.
Yes. When my boss told me I would have to relocate, I had like a more modern, brightly lit place in mind, but I can't argue with the price here. Just before we go down there, is there anything I need to know before you open that door?
Oh, it's the cellar, the wine cellar, sir. It goes with the price. I don't know if you like wine, do you?
I love wine.
All right, here we go. Down the stairs. Come with me. Come with me. Here we go. All right, let me get the key in the thing.
WD-40 up in here for sure.
Turn on the light.
Yep.
Aha! Yeah.
Are those torches?
Yes, those are torches.
How did they are they magic? Is that...
they're always lit. You have entered the cave of the eternal flames. All right, come, let us have a bottle of wine, because you're going to buy this place, aren't you? Aren't you?
Depends on what you're pouring. Let me see that. Are you kidding me? Merlot? You brought me down here to pour Merlot?
And the first terrifying thing is a bottle of Merlot. All right, give it up for them. Woohoo! Thank you. Coming up next is Jane and Dylan. Just a little reminder for you guys, it's the same exact headline, and it is House for Sale has terrifying surprise in the wine cellar.
Hi, I'm your ex-husband.
Oh God, Travis, come on. I mean, I couldn't get you down in the basement to do the wash, and now suddenly what? You've been living down here? Look at this stuff.
Well, since you kicked me out of our old house, I had no place else to go, so I just started living here, and what do you know? You bought the house. I'm so excited we're getting back together.
Travis, listen, about that.
Yes, Caroline, I do.
I do have the papers for you to sign.
Ooh, we're adopting all of those children too? Excellent. I'd be happy to sign those.
You know, I was kind of not surprised to find you in a wine cellar. I always thought that that's all you really loved was wine more than me. Every night at dinner, that's what you were concerned about, was how was the wine doing, not how I was doing.
That was the only way I could get through a dinner with you. But now that you're here, we can have so many dinners together with all of our adopted children and sing the Barney theme song over and over and over.
Get him out of there! All right, the second terrifying thing was Dylan. And you know what? How about me and Denny now? I'll let Denny kind of take the lead on this one, but just as a reminder, the headline is House for Sale has terrifying surprise in the wine cellar.
Well, I'm so glad that you chose to let our realty company show you around. This is actually a very historic house, and don't let the crumbling stones fool you. It's got good bones, and it was owned by a Mr. Amontillado, who was good friends with Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, that's neat. I'm a bit of a literary buff. Is that having to do with the cask of Amontillado?
Oh, you know what? I just went to realtor school, but let's go downstairs. People say that the cellar is the most wonderful part of the house, and a lot of houses here have been excavated. They don't have their original wine cellars. This is actually from the 1800s. Now, apparently, Mr. Amontillado and Mr. Poe used to be great friends, but they had some sort of a falling out. I shouldn't really tell you this, but well, it's not really gossip about like Whitney Houston or anything, but we haven't been able to get this door open. And I'm dating a 355-pound footballer, and we had a little argument, and he actually was able to crack it. I haven't gone in, but
are you
it's
okay?
open. Well, yeah, I'm fine. I think you should just go in.
Okay, great.
What do you think?
There's so many bodies. I'll take it.
Oh, great!
I'm such a literary buff. This is great.
Give it up for Karen, Jenny, Jane, Dylan, and Tom. That is Headlines.
I was about to wall you up, girl, if you weren't going to take the house.
Karen, do we get to know like what the actual thing was?
Oh, what was actually in the basement?
Yeah.
No, I didn't read the article.
What? Oh.
Like mold, probably.
What was it from?
It was from the Mirror.
All right. Well, we know that you had 3 options. What are the other 2? What were 1 and 3?
Yeah, here's 2 other articles I didn't read.
Yeah.
Man learning to play trumpet during lockdown finds a note on his apartment door.
Okay.
And woman leaves date after noticing something odd in her date's glasses reflection.
Oh.
I want to know that one.
Right? Go to mirror.uk right now.
We don't even get to know what our scene was about, but that was a lot of fun. Give it up once again for all of our players. Next up, we're going to play Film Dub. This is one of our more recent favorites that have been added to the lineup. This is where Danny Roque and Denny Siegel, they have no idea what scene I grabbed off the interwebs. It's a man and a woman in a scene in a movie, and they're not going to hear any of the dialogue. They're going to have to dub it over themselves. And that's about all that they get. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is Danny Roque and Denny Siegel. Oh, but the host needs to let me share my screen. So as soon as we can get that done, stream director Sam, let me know when we are good. There we are. Got it. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Film Dub. I'm going to turn my camera off, and here we go.
Well, I'm just going to paint the sideboard.
You know, I wish you quit repainting things every time I go off to work.
Well, you know what? When you go off to work, I'm very bored. You wanted me to stay home, so I'm repainting.
When I suggested you take a painting, I meant on an easel.
I can't hear you. I hate when you just breathe out and don't say anything. You know, it's very annoying, like when we're having sex and then I just hear, frankly, it's...
I'm gagging. That's what you're hearing, the sound of my gagging.
Well, what you don't know is that I'm painting penises on my ex-lovers on every surface in this house and then covering up with white varnish. How do you like that? That's right, Tom and Jerry and Sydney, all the men I was with before I married you for your money.
No, they said you were like a revolving door. In one went, out went another. It doesn't surprise me at all. I know how you paid for your high school education. You and your fancy parents.
There you go again, just breathing out, just that weird, creepy breathing when you move your lips. I don't know what that is. Remember when we used to...
It's called breathing. If I don't do that, the next thing you're going to be here is the sound of me falling over. How can my breathing irritate you?
I hate this dish rag! I hate this plate! I'm tired of you breathing! You know I'm a vampire! It's amazing I'm even up during the day, but I don't have to breathe like you!
Like you had to tell me you were a vampire. You've been sucking me dry for decades.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. It's not easy being eternal. That's why I keep repainting everything. When you live for thousands of years, it's amazing how dirty everything gets. Everything just seems old so quickly.
It certainly explains that little crap.
I'm still talking. I'm talking and I'm pointing. I'm pointing.
At least you're not throwing something again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Denny Siegel and Danny Roque.
Maybe I should have gone to Second City before I did that scene, huh?
It was great. Loved it. I still don't know what the second city you speak of is, but I'm just kidding.
Chicago.
All right. Let's hear it one more time for Danny and Denny. And that's Film Dub. Next up, we're going to play Switching Channels. This is a game that involves, I think, everybody. Tom, Paul, that's me, Karen, Dylan, Jane, Danny. Come on in for Switching Channels. What we need from the audience now are 5 different types of shows. 5 different types of shows that you see on the television. The first one that came in is a soap opera. Soap opera is the first one that came in from Miss Diana Nicole. Thank you so much. And make sure you jump in the chat. News is number 2 from Andrea Casanova. News is number 2. Number 3 is telenovela from Eric. We've got soap, news, telenovela. Next up, we've got number 4 is going to be a sitcom. Sitcom is number 4. And the 5th one is a talk show from Andrea. Thank you so much. So number 1 is a soap opera. Number 2 is news. 3 is telenovela. 4 is sitcom. And 5 is talk show. Those are the 5 types of shows we're going to see. And I believe Tom is going to be switching the channels. He might have a little bit of help. And the rest of us are going to be actors on those channels. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Switching Channels.
Gee, Laura, you're the only one who showed up at my watch party.
Well, I'm the only one who feels safe around you. I know you don't have any... What?
Yeah, nothing. I have a party line on this too.
Well, I was going to say, everyone's afraid, because such a bad cold's going around. But you and I have kissed so many times by this point. I'm not worried about you anymore.
Well, the bad news is that I don't have cable anymore, so I've been reduced to just the basic channels on my TV.
Well, listen, I think it's stuck on one channel with that guy that
I know.
frozen
Danny,
on the screen.
I think his camera should be off. But,
Yeah, we're gonna turn off
there he
that
goes.
show.
All right, fine.
Well,
Anyway,
listen, you always tell me that I'm controlling in the bedroom, so I'm going to let you have the remote, and you can be controlling in the living room.
I've never even seen the remote control before. You've always just really okay. Oh, here it is. All right. Well,
my cleavage.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm turning it on. Here's channel number 1. What do we got?
Veronica, when you invited me to your grandmother's funeral, I didn't realize so many people would be in lingerie.
Well, of course, my grandmother was a lingerie model. It's obscene that you're not wearing lingerie. But you should have known that. The only way that you wouldn't have known that if you're not really Fernando.
I'm Fernando. Do you want me to prove it? I'll take
Prove
off
you're
my...
Fernando.
All right, fine. I'll
All
take
right,
off
well,
my...
I don't want to see Fernando's anything. I'm switching to channel 2.
Oh, I
And for more on this story about the wild squirrels taking over the city, we throw it over to our correspondent. Karen?
Well, they sure are cute, Dylan. I'll say that for sure. Now, some of the squirrels have been reported to be carrying rabies, but I just got bitten by one, and I seem to be having no ill effects at all.
Oh, wow.
I
don't
would
want
hope
to
not. It sounds really cute that these squirrels are having babies. I'm so glad to hear that.
I don't want to see this right now, okay, honey?
I
All right,
don't
Laura.
either. I don't either.
All right,
You're
I'm
right in the
changing it.
park, too. Ooh.
Channel 3.
Rodrigo, este el pronto del cantor. Es canto del cucador.
Antonia Maria, bésame mucho.
Bésame mucho.
I know Spanish. That means something a lot. Something a lot.
Yeah, kiss me a lot. Besame mucho. He's hot. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I'm changing the channel, honey. Channel 4.
Well, there you
Hello.
go again. Sorry.
I say, welcome to 15 cows and 1 chick.
There you go, talking to the fireplace like there's a camera right there. Why, when I get home from work, ooh.
I'm just glad to hear you're going to work.
This is funny. This is funny. She's going to work before, and now she's going, and he's not.
All right, let's see what's on channel 5 just to make sure. Channel 5. Clicking.
And today on Polly, we've got a special guest, newly retired, Mr. Mandel. How does it feel to be retired and out of the business?
Well, I think I was out of the business before I even knew it. Sometimes
See,
business just passing you by.
you belong in the business. I mean, you should. Hearing that you retired and in your illustrious career, Howie, I gotta ask, what were your favorite projects that you worked on?
Well, I certainly loved a little Deal or No Deal with all them women.
Sure.
You know, Laura, I'm really curious about those squirrels. Let's go back to channel 2.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, that's true.
No ill effects. No ill effects at all.
And I didn't expect you to bring them into the studio.
But they're just so cute. I had to bring them for a lighter side of the news segment.
Well, they're rabid and climbing up my pants.
Oh my God, there's a squirrel in his pants.
Go back to channel 1. Channel 1. This is a...
Yes, you have Fernando's birthmark, so I guess you must be him. But quick, name my favorite kind of ice cream.
Avocado.
Ah, you got it. It's a weird one, too.
Well, that's why I always loved you and your grandmother.
Oh, Laura, this is doing things to me. I'm feeling a little...
Fernando took his clothes off.
I know.
Maybe for a little while.
I'm going to change it to channel 3 because I'm getting bothered. All right, channel 3.
You must listen to me. I am your evil twin stepbrother. That's right. We must appeal to a wider audience.
You say wider or wider? Because
I think wider. I think W-I-D-E-R. I'm pretty
you called me fat.
I'm going back to channel 5. Channel 5. Here we go.
And that's unbelievable. Mr. Mandel, in the whole course of this show, from the moment you came on to announce your retirement to now you're coming back and playing Lex Luthor in the new Superman movie.
I figure I could kill it.
That seems just like a publicity stunt, coming on our show to retire and then come out of retirement. And then now you're playing Lex Luthor. Tell us, can you spill who's playing Superman?
Some unlucky fellow, but I'm not.
Oh,
at
man.
liberty to
Oh,
mention.
I see.
Channel
I
One.
see.
Channel
You
One. I'm kind of like.
all the-
Ooh.
If you were really Fernando, you would know that I am not who you think I am. I am my own dead grandmother.
Prove it. Take off your pants.
Yep, got it.
Oh, God. Honey, Laura, I'm going back to Channel 3.
You've
Channel
got
3.
her stretch
That
marks.
must have been the telenovela because I was a Brazilian. Woo.
I am moving to America to join my brother Fernando on his television show.
Ricardo.
Spit it out!
God. All right, I'm going back to the news. The squirrels have me worried, Laura.
yeah, this is too much.
Channel 2. Channel 2. Oh, she's got buck teeth. Ooh.
And how her cheek is gone.
The only way to get them is to slap the squirrels.
They do taste like chicken.
Oh my God.
Laura, I'm turning the TV off. That's it. I'm sick of television. It's bad for you.
Suddenly I want chicken. Let's go out.
Oh, God.
And that is Switching Channels. Give it up for our cast. Good times. If only TV were actually that fun anymore, right?
Yeah.
Great job, Tom and Denny. And next up, we're going to invite everybody back in for the game Superheroes. We played this for the first time last week. We're going to close with it again this week. Oh, how fast the hour flies by when you're having fun with the suggestion box in the Vaudacity Improv Players here on Friday night on the Vaudacity Network here on the YouTubes. Now, Superheroes, what we need from you guys is a crazy, hilarious, some sort of funny, epic disaster that's happening. Like a comet hurling toward the Earth. Hilarious, right?
A comet of chocolate, like a comet made of chocolate.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You're good at improv, Tom. Or like a whale made out of cotton candy eating sailors on the sea.
Wouldn't that, like, dissolve in the ocean?
Stop. I'm trying to improv.
He's eating semen. Leave him alone.
Yes, and.
Demons do dissolve in the ocean. That is true.
Yes, and. Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. This was our final episode of the Suggestion Box. I hope you enjoyed the last 3 minutes of the show. Bye. All right, so let's talk more about
We're kidding.
semen dissolving
Last
in the
time my
sea.
friend said, "Is that really your last show?" This is not our last show.
I literally got a message from somebody earlier who said, it says there's a suggestion box tonight. And I was like, yeah, every Friday night. And he said, but last week you said it was your last show.
Oh, we
And I said, oh, well, we were joking because
Clearly somebody wasn't paying attention.
I wonder how many viewers we lost through levity.
No, none. All right, since you mentioned the viewers, we're in 40 households right now across the world. Thank you guys for tuning in. Happy to be here with you.
And I would like to say it's 19 degrees in New York City. 19.
Tom is in Chelsea, New York, where it just turned midnight and it is 19 degrees.
19
God
degrees.
bless
I'm not
you,
New York.
sir. Oh, wow. And ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to play Superheroes. We need that crazy, funny thing that's happening.
Disaster. A weird
Yeah,
disaster.
sci-fi disaster.
Okay, so this one in from Eric. There's a big explosion at the wig factory. It's an explosion at the wig factory. Thank you, Eric. And Mr. Danny Roque is
Oh,
going
my
to be
goodness.
dealing with the
I just
problem.
witnessed the craziest thing. There was a huge explosion at the wig factory. And I called Iron Man to help me, but he charges way too much just to show up. So instead, I'm going to make a call to my friend Fights with Common Household Items Girl.
Sorry, sorry I'm late. I just got this this blender. I will defeat you, common blender. Off.
I can tell
All right.
you're ready to stop. Just the person I needed.
Oh, good. Well, luckily I'm here. Now, I know that there's been an explosion at the wig factory, and luckily, I've got an air fryer. If I turn that on, I bet I can melt all of these wigs in just under 11 minutes. Get them nice and crisp. And then, you know what? They'll just dissolve. A lot of that, here we go. Air fryer. Can we fit all of the wigs into this little compartment?
Just shove them in small, I'm sure.
There's just so many wigs. Okay, this is much too much for me to handle. Do you mind if I call my friend? I need a little backup. I'm gonna call.
Do whatever you need to solve this hair-raising event.
I'm going to call Lonely in Quarantine Man. We need you.
Hey, did my Zoom link work?
Oh, hi. I can see you. Yeah, hi.
Hi. Oh, wow. How are you?
Oh, very good. Very good.
Good.
My
What's going
computer's
on?
a little bit problematic, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I fought it into submission.
Yeah, what'd you do today?
Look, there's been an explosion at a wig factory. You need to solve this, Lonely in Quarantine Man.
All right, let me Google it.
We don't have time for this.
I'm not finding it. Did it just happen?
No, it just happened right now. Lonely in Quarantine Man. We need action. Here.
Okay, let me see if there's any wig cleanup companies on the internet.
Okay. This is taking forever.
I'm not finding any wig clean. I got wigs. Let's see. What if I zoom in? Can I zoom into the wig factory, or is it just gone?
It has exploded everywhere. There's rubble.
So I can't even do Google Meets. All right, listen. I feel like I'm being helpless right now. I'm gonna call in my friend. I'm gonna put out the word for draws his power from eating small woodland creatures, man.
You called?
Yes. Well, I'm so surprised you heard that. Well, I am streaming on the Zoom. So there's an explosion at the wig factory.
My God! Well, I know just what to do. I'm going to eat some small woodland creatures, and I'm going to turn their pelts into wigs to replace the inventory they've lost. All right, that should cover a little bit. You know what? I feel like this is going to take a really long time. I'm going to need some assistance here. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to call Arousma, the woman who is turned on by everything.
Hey, everybody! Oh my God, you have walls. Oh my God, let me count how many. 1, 2, oh God, he's chewing. Oh my God, look, he's picking his teeth. Oh Lord. Okay. Hi. Anyway, listen, I heard that I heard there was an explosion at the wig factory. Oh my God, synthetic hair. Can you just imagine it on your nipples? Just that sort of not really hair, but it's not plastic. And is this helping you guys?
This isn't helping. This isn't helping at all. We need someone to solve this problem.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Of course I can hear you.
Okay.
I'm so turned on by my own eardrums vibrating. Oh God! You know what? I can't focus right now. I better call in. Thinks he's in a Dr. Seuss book, man. He can probably help us with the wig problem. God, that's hot.
Hi! If anybody needs help for you, I can do it. Hoo hoo hoo! Ha ha ha! Oh.
Say it again.
So the wig factory, it went kaboom, kaboom. I'll just fly over it and make it a new room. My rhymes are not working today.
It's working for me.
I think we should give up anyway. I'm going to call in a friend who is known as She Never Made It in Showbiz girl.
She's hot.
Hi, you may know me. Please know me. Just a little. I'm on a live Zoom show occasionally.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm never quite made it in show business, girl. And
this could be your chance to finally make it big. If you can solve this problem, everyone will know your name.
Yeah.
They'll even make a movie out of it, and you could play yourself.
Okay.
Oh God, those sounds are so hot.
In that case, I'll cough up a hairball, and that way I can get all the wigs in the air to stick to the hairball, and
Yes.
And peace will reign in the land, and I can get a deal.
Do it.
Yeah, she was almost Catwoman, but she got passed over.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Oh, that's hot. Yeah.
All the wigs are sticking to it.
Wow.
The wig factory's rebuilding itself out of love for it.
No matter what you say, this has been a triumphant day.
You did it.
I'm Googling it. Did it work?
Oh man, Googling it sounds dirty.
Hey, what are you doing later?
I'm eating some beaver.
Ooh.
Talk about hairballs. I'm having hairballs.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is this week's episode of The Suggestion Box. Give it up for our cast. Danny Roque, Dylan White, Tom Carosa, Jane Brucker, Denny Siegel, and Karen Bond. I'm your host, Paul Carganilla. If you want to support our cast here tonight with a pay what you can ticket on the Venmos or the PayPals at Online Variety Show, or right here in the Super Chat, just like Christine Johnson just did. Thank you so much, Christine. Huge help. We appreciate it so much. Appreciate you all for tuning in. We hope to see you next Friday night, and hopefully a lot of you tomorrow night right here on Polly's Online Variety Show on the Vaudacity Network. Until Friday, this is The Suggestion Box with the Vaudacity Improv players. Have a great week. Stay safe, wear your masks, and wash your hands.